What God has done in my life can only be described as a miracle. I'm telling you, it's a miracle what God has done in my life. You know, the other day I was sitting and just reflecting and thinking about my progression from childhood to right now, to this very moment. I still remember when I was a child, I think I was 9 years old, or before 9 years old. My biggest dream was to be a taxi driver. I just wanted to be a taxi driver. That's all I wanted when I was a kid. And that's because I grew up in a village, and living in this village, the only way to go to town was through a taxi for us, because we didn't have a car at home, and not many of the people in the neighborhood had cars, right? A car was a luxury, and town was about an hour away, so the only way we got to town was to catch a taxi, and I went to town maybe once a month if I was fortunate enough on that month. And when I think about it, the reason why I wanted to be a taxi driver when I was a child was because that's the best thing that I was exposed to. The biggest thing, I want you to think about that for a moment, the biggest thing that I was exposed to as a kid was a taxi driver. That's the most important person that I was exposed to, that I got to meet, that I got to know. That's what I thought was possible. That's what I thought could be achieved as the highest possible goal for me personally. And then you grow up. At one point I wanted to be a lawyer, but I had never met a lawyer. I just saw one on TV. And then one day as time goes on, you get to meet some people, you get to see some houses, like right now where I'm standing, the really amazing houses. And as you get to these places, as you are exposed to more, it creates desire in you, right? It shows you what's possible, what can happen. But I think the best thing that ever did happen to me was that I put my faith in Jesus. I got to know God. And when I got to know him, I really got to know what's really possible. I'm telling you, when you get to know what's really possible, just like that young boy who wanted to be a taxi driver because he thought that's the biggest thing that was possible. When I put my faith in Jesus, things just started changing in a major way. And now he put dreams in my mind and he put things on my heart that I cannot even believe. And so far, I tell you this, really blows my mind. Can't tell you how old I am, but I'll tell you this, that at this stage in my life, at this age, I have already seen God do way more than I thought was going to be possible throughout my entire life. That's major to me. At this age, God has done more for me than I thought was possible when I was 15 years old. It's really, really incredible. Every single day I get to hear stories. Just the other day, I got to meet this man. I went to campus at school, and when I got to campus, I see this man. He's a security guard, and the first thing he says to me is, "Thank you." He says to me, "Thank you." I say, "For what?" He says, "My phone is full of your videos." He says, "You have been the reason why I kept on going." And he said to me, he said these words, and I'll never forget these words. He said, "You are the reason why I'm here today." That's major to me. That's major to me. I never thought it was possible until I actually got to see it. And so all I'm saying is, if you try God, I'm telling you, you put your faith in Jesus, you start walking with God, you're going to get to see what's possible. And it will blow your mind. You will not believe what's actually possible when you put your faith in God. Man, it's changed my life.